Eala ends ASB Classic run after bowing to Wang Xinyu in semis. Eala recovered from a slow start, but ultimately ran out of steam down the stretch to absorb a 7-5, 5-7, 4-6 loss to Wang Xinyu of China in the ASB Classic semifinals on Saturday in Auckland, New Zealand. Wang, the 7th seed in the tournament, will face either Elena Svitolina of Ukraine or Iva Jovic of USA in the championship round. Eala and Jovic previously teamed up in the doubles round, where they absorbed a semifinals exit. With the loss, Eala closed out her first tournament for the year and will next see action at the Kooyong Classic in Melbourne, Australia. Eala was deep in a 0-4 hole in the opening frame before regaining her form and winning 7 of the next 8 games, including the final one, which she ended with a double fault from the 24-year-old Wang. Wang staged a similar fightback in set 2, erasing a 3-5 deficit and dominating the next 4 games to level the game into 1 set apiece and force a deciding third set. Eala momentarily left the court to undergo a medical timeout and address her back issues after being down 0-3 in the final frame. The world number 53 would then return and find herself in a 0-4 disadvantage, but replicated the fighting spirit she displayed early on by taking advantage of several errors from Wang to steal 4 of the next 5 games, 4-5. However, Wang found the right finishing touches she needed to give Eala the boot. Eala came from a historic 2025 season that saw her break into the WTA Top 100, claim her first WTA 125 title, and secure her first Southeast Asian Games gold medal. 2025 ASA Games. Eala with her gold medal. Eala's ASB Classic Odyssey, a symphony of courage, passion, and unfinished dreams. In Auckland, where summer winds carry both salt and expectation across the hard courts of the ASB Classic, Eala's 2026 journey unfolded like a gripping novel, intense, unpredictable, and suffused with heart. For tennis fans in the Philippines and beyond, Eala's run was more than a series of matches. It was a testament to perseverance, ambition, and the evolving identity of a young athlete destined for greatness. Her campaign captivated supporters worldwide, turning center court into an arena not only of sport, but of narrative, where momentum swung like tides, and each rally was matched by the cadence of collective hope. Prologue: Arrival with Purpose. Eala entered the ASB Classic as the number 4 seed, fresh off a breakthrough 2025 season that saw her break into the WTA Top 100, claim her first WTA 125 title, and secure gold at the Southeast Asian Games. Though this was just her first tournament of the 2026 season, expectations were tangible, not as burdens, but as sparks. From the opening rally, she played with clarity. The first steps: building momentum. In her first match, Eala faced off against Donna Vekic, a seasoned competitor, in a contest that underscored what made this young phenom special. After a tense first set loss, she rallied to seize the next 2, 4-6, 6-4, 6-4. It was a demonstration of resilience, a theme that would come to define her week. Her second match was a masterclass of aggression and precision, a 6-0, 6-2 demolition of Petra Marcinko that ignited the crowd and marked her presence on the tournament's main stage. No one watching could doubt, Eala wasn't here just to compete, she was here to contend. Quarter-final brilliance. A statement victory. Against the polished and experienced Magda Linette, Eala delivered one of the week's best performances. Ranked higher and boasting a resume of WTA success, Linette had bested Eala twice previously. But on this day, Eala's evolution was clear. She wasn't fazed by reputation or past results. She commanded the baseline, dictated tempo, and converted opportunities with steely focus, winning 6-3, 6-2 to reach her third WTA semifinal. This wasn't just a victory. It was validation. Semifinal showdown. The clash with Wang Xinyu. And so, the semifinal arrived. A clash between two warriors, both possessing immense talent and contrasting styles. China's Wang Xinyu, seeded 7th, entered the match with momentum of her own, having progressed steadily through the draw. What followed was nothing short of a modern tennis epic. From the outset, Wang seized the early initiative, racing to a 4-0 lead in the first set. Some might have wilted under that pressure, but not Eala. Each point became a mini-battle, every service game a chance to reclaim strength. Slowly, methodically she chipped away. In a stunning turnaround, she won 7 games in a row to take the opening set 7-5. For many, that moment would have been the crescendo, the peak of emotional and physical exertion. But for Eala, it was merely the beginning of an odyssey. Second set, the fight continues. Wang did not retreat. She responded in kind, forcing the second set into a tight contest. Eala, relentless and tactical, broke for a lead and even had a match point at 5-3. The crowd held its breath as she served, 1 point, 1 chance. But just as the ball teetered on the edge of crossing the line, it dribbled long. Wang seized the reprieve and re-energized, turning the set in her favor, 7-5. This was tennis at its purest, ebb and flow, advantage and counter-advantage. A narrative of tension so tight it felt like each point resonated like the arc of a heartbeat. Third set, an agonizing battle of will. The deciding set became a psychological test as much as a physical one. Wang raced into a 5-1 lead, and in the crucible of that moment, Eala confronted one of sport's relentless truths: the body has limits, but the spirit can defy them. She responded again, clawing back 3 games, narrowing the gap to 5-4. Her legs trembled, her breath came in labored gusts, but her determination never wavered. This was not mere competition, this was heart in motion. Yet, at 5-4, Wang steadied herself and held serve to close out the match at 7-5, 5-7, 4-6 after nearly 3 hours of electrifying tennis. Eala's run at the ASB Classic was over. After the final ball, reflection, growth and glory. The scoreboard read Wang Xinyu def. Alex Eala, but that's only half the story. What unfolded on the court was a tapestry woven from grit, strategy, resilience, and identity. Yes, Eala lost, but not in spirit. In every game, every rally, she proved she belonged among the sport's ascending elite. Post-match reactions highlighted her courage. Observers noted her persistent fight even when physically strained, her refusal to yield to fatigue, and her ability to push a seasoned opponent to the brink. Wang herself acknowledged Eala's tenacity, calling her a fighter. What this run means for Eala. A semifinal isn't a trophy, but it's a signpost, a declaration of arrival. From this performance, Eala carried away valuable ranking points and prize money, useful in her season build-up, confidence in her abilities, having climbed back from deficits, staged comebacks, and challenged a top-tier rival. Experience in long, high-pressure matches, the kind of experience that forges champions. A growing fan base, both in her home country and internationally, inspired by her tenacity. She leaves Auckland not defeated, but battle-hardened, her resolve sharpened and her perspective clearer. Her eyes now turn toward upcoming challenges, the Kooyong Classic and the Australian Open, where she will test herself against another echelon of competition.